When you start seeing things like the job layoffs in 2025 have approached the great financial collapse of 2008, you start realizing like, wow, things are not good. Things are not good. And the numbers are exactly 1.1 million in 2025. Here's the article right here so you guys can see. And things are just, look, I think everything that's been happening in the news lately is a major distraction. And everything that you see, with the U.S. is now invading places, like that's a distraction. That's all a distraction because we all know the economy's not good. Again, I told you guys before in prior videos, go down your local neighborhoods, drive around where you live right now. If you live in an apartment, go to some houses, some housing suburbs, and just see how many houses are for sale right now. Do that. There's houses for sale all over right now. And we're talking about we're in the winter right now. People don't usually sell their house. It's not summertime. So that's one indicator the economy's not good is we start seeing a lot of houses for sale. And then not to mention that, but then you start going to grocery stores. Grocery stores aren't even packed anymore. They used to be. I go to the grocery store up the road. It's not even packed. So then you start thinking, you're like, wow, okay, well, this is interesting right here. So people just aren't even, people don't have the money anymore. And people don't have money because people are being laid off, right? So the economy's not good. And so the government or the, people in power, they're having to distract everybody, right? And by doing these foreign wars and, invading places and stuff like that. So really at the end of the day, guys, you have to figure out what you're going to do because no job is guaranteed. At this point, no job is guaranteed. When you have 1.1 million job layoffs in 2025, and that was in 2025. There's more coming. You understand that? There's more layoffs coming in 2026, guys. They've already announced it in every sector. And so what you have to realize is that is going to college even worth it anymore? Because I've heard multiple people with college degrees have had to hold multiple jobs just to sustain themselves. But also, as of lately, I've actually heard that people that go to college, their degrees are now outdated before they even finish college. That's crazy. Why would you even take out the student loan debt, go to college, and then when you get halfway through your college degree, your degree's already obsolete by the time you graduate. So you have to go back and get more schooling. You see that? That's not a fair system that we live in. So the average millennial and younger, we're all getting taken advantage of essentially, guys. People I don't know how people are surviving at this point. I don't know how people are surviving because when you've got millions of people getting laid off, and I feel like it's probably going to be another million in 2026. The entire infrastructure is changing. This is what you have to understand, right? Everything's changing. So with it changing, people are going to be laid off. That's why the government has to lie to you about the unemployment rate. The unemployment rate's not 3%, 4%, or even 5%. The unemployment rate, the functional unemployment rate is 20 to 25%. That means that's across all sectors, whether you've stopped looking for a job last year or you just got laid off 7 months ago and you haven't been able to find a job since. All those people grouped together, it's actually 20 to 25% unemployment. And now you've got reporting by Fox, right? Mainstream media now saying that 1.1 million people got laid off in 2025, which is the same amount of numbers as 2008 great financial crisis. You understand that? So something's happening. And I don't know if you feel it or the people around you feel it. I felt it. I feel like something's happening. The government's just not telling you. That's what's happening. So, in the midst of all that, they have more job layoffs approaching us, guys, in 2026. And then the inflation. Like, now you've got more foreign wars happening. So guess what's going to happen now? More foreign wars, meaning they're going to print more money. Just simple as that. How can we continue to do this? How can we continue to go as a society? I mean, our middle class in this country is so screwed, because the reason why the U.S. has had the largest middle class in the world is because the U.S. has had an abundance of jobs historically. We've had the manufacturing, we've always led in technology, we've always produced things, and we've built up a major middle class. And now the middle class has been shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. And that's why you're starting to see people struggle. Again, drive through your local neighborhoods in the suburbs. Houses are for sale in every neighborhood. That's not normal. We are in winter. You understand that? We are in winter. People don't traditionally list their homes for sale this time of year. You understand that? So something's brewing. You have to realize that, and you got to realize that your college degree is probably not going to save you. So you're going to have to probably either start a business, learn a new trade, get into the trades. Those are your best bets. Yeah, do a side hustle. Be a YouTuber. Be an online coach. Whatever you have to do, do those things and learn a trade and start a business. Like, we live in a economy where you probably have to have 2 to 3 jobs. Like, this economy, you're gonna have to have that. As we've talked about in other videos, guys, you're gonna have to have 2 to 3 jobs. There's no getting around it. One job pays the bills, maybe if you're lucky, and then the second job sustains you, so you can take that vacation and have a nice vehicle or a nice house, whatever. But one income, guys, we are long gone past the one income economy. It takes 2 incomes in this economy, baby. So, look, guys, I want to get on here, didn't want to be totally doom and gloom with you guys, but, really, it really kind of like came to my attention, that I needed to talk about this, because this economy is struggling bad. And that's why you're seeing a mass exodus of people wanting to leave the United States. That's why you're seeing a large exodus of people wanting to be expats, guys. Because you can live overseas comfortably for $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month. You can't do that here. So it gets to a certain point where it's like, what do you do? What do you do? What's your plan B? Is your plan B going to be, I don't know, bug out to Mexico? Is your plan B going to be like bug out to Colombia or Philippines or, Puerto Rico or somewhere affordable? Or is it going to be stay here and be on the hamster wheel, the rat race, guys, and continue? America is a great place. It takes a lot of money to be comfortable here. And that's what you have to realize too. And a lot of Americans, especially with this inflation, we are steadfast heading towards Agenda 2030. You'll own nothing and be happy, which is a crazy thing to say. And I thought it was just a theory, but we're actually moving closer and closer to that each and every single day, because not only has everything gone up the last couple of years, but jobs are just going away. And so you're going to have a lot of people that aren't really, holding down employment. And so UBI is going to be a thing. People are going to have UBI. And then after that, people are going to have to end up, figuring out what their next play is. Have some UBI, maybe hold on a part-time job just to sustain themselves, but really inflation is going to forever eat away at your income. So you have to either make a lot of money or make a decent amount of money with like 2 side hustles or live abroad. I mean, that's your only bet. Make a lot of money living in the United States by having like 2 or 3 jobs, or a job in a business or just a business, or just move outside the country and lower your cost of living. But even then, is that long term? That's what you have to ask yourself too. So, what are your options? What could you stomach doing? Like, what's your plan B? Let me in the comments below. What are you going to do in the future? Like, how are you going to retire? Because most people won't be able to retire here in the United States. So if you can't retire here in the United States because of no jobs, because of not enough employment to be able to save for retirement, and because of the inflation, where do you go? Mexico, Colombia, Puerto Rico, Philippines? Let me in the comments below. Where would you go? And yeah, guys, I'll talk to you guys in a bit, okay? Oh, real quick, if you're new to the channel, guys, subscribe. Peace out.